Archangel Michael says there's a voice breaking through the veil. It's not loud, but it cuts like glass in a silent room. Someone close to you is fading, and time is no longer on your side. You've been feeling the shift, though you've tried to ignore it. Your dreams have grown heavier, like lead poured into your chest. And now, the message is clawing its way into your waking world. Last night, a shadow stood at your window. Not threatening, but begging. It held something golden in its hand and pressed it to the glass. That was not a nightmare. That was their soul reaching out before the body lets go. Their spirit is collapsing under secrets too heavy to carry. A hallway in their heart is locked. Behind that door, the truth they swore to never reveal. But now, death is turning the handle, and the truth is ready to spill. Ashes fell from an old photo frame they once hid from you. It broke when you weren't looking. Their memories are trying to escape before they're buried forever. Archangel Michael says this person has something sacred to confess. It is not just about you, it's about what was done to you. A betrayal that rewrote the course of your life while you smiled in the dark. They were there when it happened. They saw it all, the lies, the manipulation, the silent theft. But they swallowed the truth and walked beside you anyway. They loved you while keeping your enemies' secrets. Now their soul is unraveling from the guilt. They're watching the clock, waiting for courage to arrive before the final breath does. They tried to write it down. But the ink bled, and the paper burned in their trembling hands. The truth refused to die quietly. The house they live in has grown colder. Mirrors crack without cause. And every ticking second feels like a scream they cannot silence. Their spirit has summoned Archangel Michael. Not to protect them, but to deliver this one, last redemption. He has been circling you for days, whispering through flickering lights and strange winds. You've heard his wings in the silence. Like feathers slicing through water. You just didn't know it was him. They are nearing their end, slowly, painfully, silently. And there's no more time to pretend. Their lungs are still breathing, but their spirit is already packing its bags. The light in their eyes dims each time they think of you. Because they know you will never look at them the same again. They loved you enough to lie, but not enough to stay clean. In another life, they might have told you sooner. But in this one, fear was their jailer. Now, their body is collapsing under the weight of truth denied. They tried to protect you, but ended up protecting the wrong one. The person who cursed your destiny is still walking free. And the one who saw it happen has only hours left to speak. You will feel it when it happens. A sudden stillness in the air. Like a candle being blown out by invisible lips. You may drop something without reason. You may hear your name whispered with no one nearby. That's the moment they go. But the message doesn't die with them. It's already forming around you, like smoke gathering into words. And if you listen closely, it will pierce through your skin and into your bones. The warning is this: someone you trust is still lying. They are closer than you think, wearing your laughter like a mask. And their knife is already halfway drawn. The one who's dying tried to stop it. But their silence became your trap. Now, the choice is yours: remain blind, or burn the veil. A storm is rising, not in the skies, but in your bloodline. Old sins are crawling out from the soil beneath your feet. And divine justice is marching toward your family's door. You were never supposed to carry this pain. But someone chose their comfort over your truth. And that selfish act rewrote your fate. They regret it now, bitterly, violently, endlessly. Their sleep is filled with fire and screaming halls. Their spirit is begging for a final chance at peace. Archangel Michael says the gates are not yet closed. You still have a window to confront what was hidden. But you must move before the next full moon swallows the light. There's a letter hidden in a place you've stopped looking. It smells like smoke and regret. Its words are trembling, soaked in desperation. Do not delay. Each hour you wait, the truth fades like breath on a mirror. And once they're gone, only the consequences will remain. They wanted to tell you in person. But shame poisoned their throat. So they left a trail instead: broken things, bent pages, silent rooms. Follow the signs. The truth is never loud, it rustles, flickers, bleeds quietly. You'll find it where the pain still lingers in the walls. Someone you see often holds the second piece of this secret. They smile too much. Their eyes dart whenever you mention the past. They were part of it. They know why your life has felt like walking through shattered glass. And they've been praying you never uncover the mirror. But the time for shadows is ending. A divine clock is striking its final chime. You are being awakened before the curse locks in. What's coming is not just an ending, it's a reckoning. The people who played God with your life are about to fall. And you are the divine witness to their collapse. Prepare yourself. There will be tears, yours and theirs. But this pain is your rebirth. A truth buried deep beneath betrayal is breaking free. It's violent, radiant, and holy. And it's yours now. Step into the room they never let you enter. Touch the object they told you not to touch. Look into the eyes they told you to avoid. Your story has been rewritten without your consent. Now it's time to burn the forgery and reclaim the original script. It is written in your soul's fire, not in their ink of lies. As the spirit leaves their body, they will try to reach you one last time. Through a scent, a flicker, a dream with too much color. Do not dismiss it, it is their apology wrapped in divine urgency. You are being handed the sword of clarity. Use it wisely. It doesn't just cut lies, it frees destinies. Archangel Michael says this is your inheritance. Not money, not revenge, but divine clarity that unlocks all. You are the stormbreaker, the chain cutter, the one chosen to reset the pattern. When the sun sets on this final day, look at your shadow. If it trembles, it's because your spirit is shifting dimensions. Your past is bleeding out, and your true life is waking up. Stand still. Breathe once, deeply. The person who once betrayed you will soon become your greatest teacher. Because in their final breath, they give you a map. A blueprint of where the pain began and how to escape it. You only need the courage to follow it. When the earth trembles under your feet in the coming days, do not be afraid. It is not destruction, it is alignment. Your soul is returning to its original coordinates. And in that moment, the voice you've ignored your whole life will rise. It will say your real name, the one they tried to bury. And it will feel like thunder finally bowing to you. This is not the end. This is the detonation that frees you. The chains are melting, the gate is opening, and you are stepping into the untold. Your life, your true life, begins now. And the heavens are roaring in approval. Walk forward, eyes open, and never bow again. Archangel Michael says the veil is thinning. A soul is drifting between this world and the next. And their final message has your name carved into it. They've carried this truth for years like a stone in their chest. It weighed down their spirit in silence. But now the silence is cracking. You felt it in the air, cold in places that should be warm. A flickering light, a picture frame that falls without warning. This is not coincidence, this is spiritual urgency. Their heartbeat is slowing with each passing hour. But their soul is screaming for one final act of redemption. They are dying with something buried inside. They never told you. Because the truth was too sharp, too soaked in shame. And yet, it belongs to you. The betrayal that destroyed you did not go unseen. They were there, watching through the smoke. And they chose silence instead of rescue. Years passed. The wound stayed open in your life while they pretended nothing happened. But guilt is louder in the final days. Their skin is growing pale. Their hands tremble, reaching for what can't be fixed. But it's not forgiveness they seek, it's completion. They know what was stolen from you. The life you could have had. And they've been haunted by it every single day. A door creaks open in a forgotten hallway. Behind it lies a box of torn pages, hidden letters, and unspoken truths. This door leads to the secret they never had the courage to face. They tried to protect someone who didn't deserve it. And in doing so, they failed to protect you. Now, time is folding in on them. Their breath comes in ragged whispers now. But the room around them is thick with spiritual energy. Something holy and fierce is watching from the corner. Archangel Michael stands near. Not as comfort, but as a guardian of divine justice. Because what was broken must be brought to light before the soul departs. You were never meant to carry the blame. But someone let you drown in it. Their final message is a key to the truth you never received. They kept the photos hidden. The ones that told a different story than the lies you were fed. Those images are the proof they never dared to show you. The betrayal began with someone you still trust. A smile that masks rot. A voice that twists the past to protect their own sin. They warned the dying soul not to speak. Threatened them with consequences. And it worked, until now. The dying soul can feel the clock closing in. And their spirit can no longer hold the weight. Their final confession is shaking the walls of the spirit realm. In their final dream, you appeared, crying. You held their hand, unknowingly comforting the one who hurt you. And in that dream, they begged for the chance to set it right. They wrote the truth down once. but burned the pages out of fear. Still, the ashes remained, clinging to their clothes, haunting their breath. Look under the floorboard in their room. The one that creaks too easily. Beneath it, the past is waiting in fragments. There's a voice message never sent. It starts with your name and ends in sobbing. The file was saved, deleted, then saved again. Their final message is not an apology. It's a torch to light the path out of your darkness. It is raw, blood-soaked truth that will scorch the lies forever. They feared your rage. But more than that, they feared your freedom. Because once you knew, they'd lose the version of you they manipulated. You trusted the wrong one. Because the one who betrayed you wore a face too familiar. They stood behind your pain, holding the knife and the bandage. And now, justice is shifting its gaze. The divine realm is aligning. The mask is slipping, and the truth is rising like smoke from the earth. Archangel Michael says this soul is being held back until you know. They cannot pass fully until the message reaches you. Because your healing is tied to their release. You are the last tether. And you are the only one strong enough to receive it. That is why the signs are growing louder. The room where they sleep is heavy with spirit. Mirrors fog without reason. Birds tap at the window though no food waits. Even nature is restless. Because this secret has bent the energy around you. And the universe cannot bear the lie any longer. Soon, someone will reach out to you. They will look nervous, hesitant. Their eyes will carry weight, and you must listen. That person has been chosen to deliver the truth. They were once close to the betrayer. But now they've been awakened by visions too vivid to ignore. The dying soul left something with them. A ring, a voice note, a journal stained with tears. And they will hand it to you when the time is right. It may happen in a parking lot. It may happen at night, when your phone lights up for no reason. But it will happen. The message will break you open. It will drag you through fire. But it will also raise you from the ashes. Because your destiny has been waiting behind this wall of deceit. And now the wall is crumbling. Your purpose is rising like thunder on the horizon. Do not fear the emotion that comes. Let it split you open. The rage, the sorrow, the hollow ache, it's all part of your resurrection. What they did to you was cruel. What they hid from you was divine truth. And what you are about to become is unstoppable. There is power in pain once it's named. There is release in truth once it's spoken. And there is rebirth in knowing you were never at fault. You are not broken. You were bent by lies that were never yours. And now your spirit is straightening like steel. The soul that's leaving this world will see the truth from the other side. They will witness your rise. And they will bow in regret and love. Because your healing will echo through dimensions. It will free not only you, but generations. And it will rewrite your bloodline's fate. When the breath leaves their lungs for the final time, do not look away. The wind will shift. You may feel a hand on your shoulder when no one is there. That is their goodbye. But more than that, it is their thank you. for giving them a moment of grace before the gates close. You were chosen for this pain. But you were also chosen for the glory after it. Your suffering is not wasted, it is sacred. Archangel Michael says your name is being whispered in the divine court. Not as a victim, but as a warrior of truth. The storm is behind you now, light is pouring through the cracks. Stand still. Breathe deeply. The world is rearranging itself for your freedom. This final message is yours to carry. It is heavy, yes, but it is holy. And it will open doors they swore would stay locked. You are the fire that cannot be put out. You are the answer they never wanted to face. And you are the proof that truth always finds a way. As the soul departs this world, a light will flicker once. Then stay lit. Because their final act was to hand you the key. Use it. Burn what no longer serves you. And step into the life they tried to steal. The truth is yours now. And nothing will ever silence it again. You are awakened, and nothing can break you. Archangel Michael says the moment has arrived. The air has thickened, and time is beginning to bend. A truth buried for too long is rising like smoke from broken soil. There is someone whose breath is beginning to fade. Their eyes hold storms they never dared release. And their soul is trembling beneath the weight of what they've hidden. You've passed them many times, unaware. Their silence looked like peace, but it was a war with no witnesses. Now, as their body grows weak, the truth is clawing its way out. They can no longer hold it back. It burns behind their ribs like a dying star. And Archangel Michael is near, guarding the sacred unraveling. A room where whispers echo like screams waits in stillness. Curtains barely move though no wind stirs. There is a shadow in the mirror that doesn't belong to the light. They have carried this secret for years. It has shaped their every breath, distorted every smile. But now, death's approach is loosening their grip on shame. A letter sits half-written on the edge of a nightstand. The pen dried out mid-confession. But the ink that mattered was never on paper, it was inside their soul. They were not the villain, but they were not innocent. They watched as pain devoured your life. And they said nothing when their voice could have stopped it. Every time you cried in silence, they felt it. And still, they stayed behind the curtain. Now the curtain is catching fire, and the past is demanding payment. They saw who hurt you. They knew what it would cost if they told the truth. So they chose to let you bleed in the dark. A creaking door in a forgotten hallway now leads to their regret. Behind it, dust-covered photographs and broken watches still tick. Time hasn't healed anything, only buried it deeper. The person who betrayed you still walks freely. Still smiles as though they didn't leave your heart in ruin. But not for long. This soul has been summoned to speak before they cross over. Because divine justice is unfolding like thunder in the sky. The truth must rise before the flame of life burns out completely. You have felt something was off. An unseen weight pressing down at night. The pressure in your chest is not random, it's prophecy stirring. Their hospital room is cold, even under layers of blankets. Machines beep, but the real sound is spiritual, wings brushing the veil. Angels are gathering, waiting for them to speak. There's a file hidden in an old drawer. A folder stained by time and tears. Inside, names and dates that will dismantle the illusion you were sold. The betrayal went deeper than you knew. It wasn't just one person, it was orchestrated. They were all playing a role, while you stood alone in the fire. Someone signed a document that stole your inheritance. Another forged messages to sever your trust. Lies weren't whispered, they were weaponized. And this soul? They were there. Watching, silent, paralyzed by fear and guilt. Now, their lungs are tightening. Every breath feels like lifting a mountain. But the words, they still have a chance to speak them. Archangel Michael stands by their bedside. Not as comfort, but as witness. The divine must record this final act. There is an object they ask to be passed to you. An old locket, slightly burned on the edge. Inside, a tiny note folded 20 times, your name etched in shaky lines. They loved you. But love without courage becomes betrayal. And now they are desperate for redemption. The locket was hidden under floorboards for years. They couldn't face it without trembling. But now their hands won't stop shaking. Someone in your life is still lying. Still pretending the truth is dead and buried. But it's not, it's knocking at your door. You've had dreams that felt too vivid. Rooms you've never seen, voices you recognize but can't name. That's not imagination, that's memory returning. You've been chosen to hold this truth. Because you are strong enough to carry what broke others. And Archangel Michael knows your heart is ready. Do not look away when the call comes. It may be in the middle of the night. It may be through someone unexpected, trembling, pale, terrified. They will carry a message. It may sound insane at first. But listen, because the words are soaked in holy urgency. The soul who is fading has one last chance. To deliver what should have been told long ago. To give you back what was stolen in the shadows. A will was rewritten. A testimony buried. A crime dismissed like dust in the wind. Now it is returning like a storm. The winds of divine reckoning are swirling. And your name is written at the center of this sacred moment. In the hours to come, you will feel the shift. The lights may flicker. You may feel watched even when alone. That is not fear, it is awakening. The realm between here and eternity is stretching thin. And you are being called into the truth. You were meant to rise from this. You were never supposed to remain broken. The deception was deep, but not unbreakable. The person still hiding the truth will begin to feel it. They'll grow restless, agitated. Their lies will taste like ash in their mouth. You will see their mask slip. Not because you demand it, but because divine fire consumes illusion. Truth will erupt in places you least expect. And when it does, breathe. Even if it shakes everything. Even if the earth beneath your memory crumbles. You are not losing your mind. You are stepping into sacred remembrance. The version of your story they fed you is dying. the one who is leaving this world. They never stopped thinking of you. Their guilt became a quiet companion in every sleepless night. They wrote you letters they never mailed. They practiced confessions in the dark. And now, the moment has arrived to release it all. There will be tears. But they won't be for sorrow. They will be for resurrection. A part of you was buried with the lie. But now, that piece is breaking free. It still pulses, it still remembers, it still believes. You are whole, even if they tried to fracture you. You are divine, even if they fed you shame. You are chosen, even if they made you feel forgotten. As the soul crosses over, something ancient will shift. A curse will break. And a blessing, long delayed, will arrive in the silence. A door will open without a sound. And you will feel warmth on your skin where there is no sun. That is your confirmation. Heaven has honored your pain. You are no longer waiting for justice. Justice is standing at your front door. And it is dressed in light. The truth will be delivered. It will come through voice, through paper, through spirit. You will know it by the way your body trembles with recognition. This sacred moment was written long ago. Before the lies, before the betrayal, before the silence. And now, it is fulfilling its divine purpose. Archangel Michael says this truth is your inheritance. It is your fire. It is your freedom. Accept it without fear. Let it pour over you like rain on scorched earth. Let it burn away every illusion. Because after this, you will never be the same. You will rise in power they tried to crush. You will become the storm they feared you would be. A soul is departing. But they are leaving behind a torch. Take it, carry it, light the way forward. And know this, you were never forgotten. You were always the reason the truth kept fighting to survive.